If you were to go to Chelsea's training ground, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to move, because the amount of players they've signed is genuinely ridiculous. Seriously, think about the money that Todd Boehly spent this year. It could buy 2 teams. And in this case, it actually has. Because today, I split Chelsea in half, making Chelsea FC and Chelsea's B team. That's the team I'm going to manage, which is every Chelsea player that hasn't played over 1,000 minutes for the Blues. And I'm going to see if Chelsea B can take over Chelsea A, with a twist though, because whenever we get a bid in from Chelsea A, we must sell the player. Kind of makes sense, it's kind of a step up. And B, when we get our budget in at the start of a season, we must split that budget in half, making this a difficult challenge. Yes, people, do not know what to expect. As you just saw a moment ago, this team, it's good. It's got all Chelsea's good players in it, who are for the future, like Lavia, João Felix, Mark Gui. The only problem is, these could just go like that. If Chelsea decide they want their players back, as the captain of the club is Reece James, 24-year-old, and there's another rule. Firstly, I want to mention that we have swapped places with Southampton, so we are in the Premier League, but this is still going to be a huge test. As secondly, we can never sign a player who is higher rated than a current player at Chelsea in that current position. Say, for example, we want a goalkeeper. We cannot buy anyone over the rating of 79 because that's bettering the first team, meaning we've got to focus on growth. And to be fair, this team can grow. As I mentioned, goalkeeper, that's definitely the position we need. Unfortunately, Jurgensen has played over 1,000 minutes for the Blues, and the budget given to us is 110 million after I transferred all the players, which when halved is 55 million. Let's see what we can do with this budget, as it's a goalkeeper we need, but we also need some other positions. This challenge could be hard, as I do have the academy. Now, it would make sense for us to get academy players, being a B team, and we already have some in the squad because I had to fill the bench and reserves, but I kind of don't want to build an academy that's going to get took away from us. I'll start a small one, going to England first and searching for midfielders, as oh yes, we cannot change our formation. No touching this, we're a B team, so we have to make sure that all the players are ready to move to Chelsea and fit in their positions. The Enzo will want them in, but let's start with that goalkeeper. That has to be under the rating of 79 and Yevan Diouf. I am willing to pay 30 million euros for this man, and if you're wondering why we're on euros, I want the currency different to Chelsea's, just to feel a bit different, you know, as here he comes, our new goalkeeper, who hopefully keeps us up from going to the championship, as that's definitely a possibility, and definitely one with a winger like Tyreek George, 18, probably could use a loan deal for the time being, as Ezalzoui over at Real Betis, lower rated than Sancho at Chelsea, who's 82 rated, so I shall take him on, and in the meantime, hope nobody buys from our team, especially Chelsea, as we have to accept every offer. And luckily, no bids from the first team, and I saved the academy to show you at the end. We've got Beard, we've got Paul. Brilliant, but is he really Tyreek George level? I'm going to take him on because George didn't get loaned out. We had to keep him here because with how thin the squad was, we've just promoted them players, don't forget. We needed players like him to be on the bench, and he has played, but still, coming off the bench for little appearances won't grow our young players. So we need to find a way to let them grow, as also I found a way to make João Felix a striker. Usually that takes ages. Same with Romeo Lavia. He's actually become a centre mid. And Chukwuemeka's took his time, but we finally changed him to a right-hand sided player, which has his rating pretty decent, potential to be special. He's literally just got to move to Borussia Dortmund in real life. As our top scorer is kind of understandable, it's João Felix, who surprisingly did more than enough to keep this Chelsea B team in the Premier League, which I thought we were certain to get relegated. Nowhere near the first team though in 5th, as we lose in round 3 of the FA Cup and round 3 of the Carabao to Manchester City as well. 2 teams I expected to beat us, as this is how the team is looking. I forgot I played Chucklemaker in Cam. That's a bit awkward. But you know what's a little bit more awkward? I can see you're not subscribed. Click that subscribe button and also leave a like on the video. Means a lot to the channel as I've made a few alterations. We've got Cassidy in Cam, Chukwuemeka now on the right, as I really don't know where to sign. Maybe left back, Ben Chilwell's 28. And there's, to be fair, a few positions on the bench that could be filled by better players. Just spotted these 2 players who are Egyptian. One of them is a right mid. Maybe Zaki Ahmad could be the next Chelsea Salah, who actually stays at the club, as the expectations are quite simple. Finish mid-table again. They want us to win the Premier League in 3 seasons' time, beating the main squad. As speaking of the main squad, I'm gonna sim a few days in just to check what transfers happen. Maybe reach that Brighton game before we make a signing, to make sure the main team doesn't put a bid in, but no Chelsea there. And for João Felix, big money, but no money from this current club. Love it, so we can keep him if we want to, but we might have to sell him. 47 million, and that is going to be halved to 24, so I'm guessing it's 23.6 or something. And that has to all go on a left back, but maybe we sell our current one. Then again, we need bench positions. This is not going to be an easy rebuild. We have no centre back, I'm also noticing, apart from Anselmino. So I think we are stuck going for one player, and I'm going to pick Fabiano Parisi, costing all the money we have, but we have to go for a player that will grow. And here's proof at the start of the end of the season. Kukureya is 84, so Parisi was signed lower than him, but has he overtaken him? No, he hasn't. He's still an 82, but that is very good. As his counterpart at right back, Reece James, is 90 rated. Felix is doing well, but Ashil hasn't played, and you might see on the bench one player in particular is missing. That's right, Mark Gurr I loaned out. He's got a lot of physicality from playing in the Championship with Sunderland, and I have a plan here to maybe sell João Felix, even if it isn't to Chelsea. Use that money, because of course we have to half our transfer budgets, to buy other good players, as he though did score the most goals for us and did get us a 2nd place, only losing 2 games all season. It's took 2 seasons to beat the parent club, Chelsea, who are in 3rd. And now my thing around João Felix has made interesting. Furthermore, because do we sell him? Because he's obviously had an impact, but not enough of an impact to beat the parent club in the FA Cup final and beat the rivals Fulham in round 3. Because that's a derby game, and now, yes, I am going to question selling João Felix. Maybe we have no choice. Maybe it's Chelsea that come to bid for him, or bid for James, or even bid for one of our new players. It would be good because of the money we get, but also the contracts are rising and all different, as you can see. We've even got youth on 90k. As money is all over the shop, we don't know if we keep in players or not. We never know what our budget will be, as 132 million for Europe. Halved to leave us 66 million, and yes, wages and potentially player replacements, as again I'm going to take the same tactic of skipping to the first game against Fulham. It's actually going to be a derby day to see if the main club put a bid in, as we have received a huge bid for James, 198 million plus Mohamed Salah, who doesn't look his greatest, 34-year-old now. Still, that money is absolutely excellent, and that could buy us a whole new team. I'm just scared of losing João Felix, as we do finally have a Chelsea bid, and it's good money for one of our signings. Abde is approached, meaning goodbye to this man. He's been scouted by the main team, but we do get money from the main team, and that's the main thing that matters. 134.7 million Todd Boehly spent on a player from his essentially academy team, because we are Chelsea B, giving us 193 million now to go and spend in this window. But we still are quite stuck because we can't sign the top players. For example, we can't sign anyone higher than the player we just had at left mid, and can't sign a centre mid higher than Rodrigo de Paul, making this extremely difficult. At least we can go ham with a cam, because the real Chelsea team have Cole Palmer, who's 90 rated. But left mid and centre mid are definitely first priority, and they need to be quality in the Champions League. So firstly, Yeremy Pino, and secondly, Giovanni Fabian, an amazing youngster, leaving us £90 million, and we only need a cam lower than Cole Palmer, who is 90 rated, and I think I've found the perfect player to fit into that cam slot, Charles de Ketelaere. Another player that could go from cam to a striker, but I love the 88 rating, and Cole Palmer is 90. There is proof he's still in the cam position, and how's our old player done? He's 89 rated. Hoped we would have kept him now. He's improved at the main team, but the main team ain't improving. Without João Felix and Reece James, them two are our shining stars, winning the Premier League with the second team. This doesn't feel real. But what feels even more unreal is the fact this time we've won the FA Cup. Beating Arsenal, please tell me. No, Newport County. I was hoping we beat the main team, but there they are, losing to Leeds United. However, the Carabao Cup wasn't won by any Chelsea team. Aston Villa versus Brighton. We lost in the semis actually, so we did make it a fair distance before our exit, and below the main team by 2 goals in the Champions League phase, which we need to win. The overall aim of this challenge is to go and win that Champions League. I don't know if I said, as we did win the playoff round against BVB 3-2, and won on penalties against Sporting. Before our eventual exit, we lost to Barcelona, and the main team lost to Real Madrid. And yes, we've won a title. Yes, we've just made it far in Europe, but with the chance of losing any player at any moment, I'm still not confident, as I will be doing the thing I usually do, simming to see if we get bids in. But for a player that has a special something, Carney Chukwuemeka has really not impressed me. Same with Mark Gui, but he hasn't got the chance with João Felix in the way. As let's see what our budget is, or let's see what half of our budget is. Because despite a title win, despite the Champions League, FA Cup, we still have our strict objectives. So 77 million. And the best right mid at Chelsea as Madueke at 84 rated. Are we really going to find a player 83 or go for youngsters to grow? Past Madueke's rating, maybe we could go for a regen. Or maybe a few more bench players, because we're losing one of them right here. Ben Chilwell sold back to Chelsea, and this is a funny one because in real life, Enzo Maresca doesn't want him. Yeah, look at the bench now. We also need another centre-back because 74 rated as a backup. Pretty stinky. I guess a good thing at the moment though is that we're not getting another bid from Chelsea. Approaching the end of the window, so let's reevaluate our budget. We bought 3 big players last year, but with contracts we're not left with much. 90 million euros. Plus we've lost Chilwell, and I do want that right-hand sided player, plus a lot of bench ones. Not going to be easy, as seriously, where's the money gone? Time to put our transfer mind on with Sir Catty in first, then a 75 rated right back in Arroyo, leaving most of our money to go into our winger, who's here, the Argentine youngster, Facundo Buonanotte. And yes, before you say it, he was below the 84 mark. Started as an 83, worked his way up by 3 ratings, which is what Chukwuemeka couldn't do, and also our new lads. The less said, the better. We were struggling for money. And I know they're not Champions League quality, but they've just done enough, along with the rest of the team, to get us into the Champions League in 3rd. As the first team finished 10th, we are just better than them in every aspect of this career mode now. Also United in 9th. However, we don't win the Community Shield, Manchester City on penalties. But we do get another trophy. 2-1 over Leeds United. Secures that B team another one. But no, we're not finished with the cabinet. Because a London rival are beaten. Chelsea's B team beat Spurs as first. Something, no offence Spurs fans, but could definitely happen now in real life. I know you do have injuries injuries. I'm not trying to sound harsh there, although it is a harsh truth as we finish top of the Champions League phase because we lost straight away to Milan. Something completely catching me by surprise. Did not expect that from João Felix's real life team as he was outscored by Charles, who, by the way, now 92 rated. I want to compare that to Parma, as that was another rebuild rule that I never mentioned about Chelsea. We can never actually sign from the first team, which, of course, we've not done apart from the start, when I transferred all the players across, as Parma's still a 90 rated. So we are top of the food chain in terms of Chelsea clubs, as that is an aim. Win the Champions League. Maybe we could go for it and win the Premier League again, win the FA Cup again. It just depends on if the main club want to sign a player back. As the first week of the window goes by, no bids from the Blues. And then the second week on, well, nothing from the Blues for João Felix. And the third week is here, right? Pino's got 2 offers. No, the second one is from the Blues. Seriously, why do they need him? They literally just took our winger from before, or our left mid, Abde. Still, it gives us a lot of money. We know we can spend 136 million. On a player lower than 92 rated, we don't have to stoop to Pino's level because Abde's still better than him, and we just have to sign someone lower than the highest rated player. So let's go out there and find the best. I'm going to check in La Liga. I've really got a good feeling about this, as this is the man I want, Nico Williams from Bilbao. Just about agreeing the money, and we've got 300 million, and I didn't actually half the budget, my bad. We made 136, meaning we must have started with 160, half that, we've got 80 million, and put 80 and 130 together to get 210, which is what my crazy brain goes and pays for the brilliant Basqueman, who is instantly in to hopefully make that Champions League happen. Oh my, and look, he's worth every penny. 95 rated. Is that one of the biggest growths at the highest level? I swear Ronaldo or Messi never got an upgrade that much from a FIFA to another. And he's got it in one season with 15 goals, 11 assists, which is less than Buonanotte, less than João Felix, and less than Charles, who has to be up for the Ballon d'Or. I'd love to see him win it next year, but I'd honestly love to win the Champions League this year with this team, as it is another Premier League title win. And it was good to see the main team actually make the top 4 as well, especially with them having all of our ex-players. It's good to see them succeed, as the Community Shield lost again on penalties to Manchester City, and the main team lose the final of the FA Cup to West Ham United, which we didn't make, but finally a penalty win of our own to win the Carabao Cup, a trophy we haven't took too seriously. And it seems to me the Champions League hasn't been took too seriously like this season, finishing at the top, 0 defeats, 22 goals for. That's the Charles impact as we hammer Fabian's old team. We beat Real Madrid 3-0. That is a brilliant result. 4-1 against Juventus, and you know what that means. Champions League final against Bayer Leverkusen, a team coached by Xavi that knows how to go unbeaten, but they were second to us, who actually went unbeaten in the league phase. So I'm the one with the confidence, and this team has to prove its worth and ratings in this finale, because honestly, the amount of 90s? Extraordinary, as now Garnacho passed the ball by Declan Rice. What is this team? I mean, Rice does seem like a Xavi regen. Or Xabi, should I say, if you can't tell. I'm trying to say a B. I've got a really sore throat at the moment, as Boniface onto Xhaka. Tackle though, and Hincapié easily passing through our midfield. I wish I could have changed formation and tactics, but I stuck with Chelsea ones. As a run for Facundo Buonanotte, an easy ball into João Felix, reach him in the middle. I accidentally held the button, didn't I? Max, you are better than that as Badiashile. He's better than what he was at the real Chelsea. Buonanotte, the attacking difference, not Williams Jr., as if we could get the ball over to him. It goes into João Felix. He's saved. All we've got to do is score. Get that on target. And oh my days. Oh my days. João Felix, what are you doing? João Felix. That's like real life him. When he was at Atletico, when he couldn't hit a barn door, as Junior, he tries to set him up, but it goes over to Facundo Buonanotte. We're banging on this door. We're really trying to get this goal to Ketelare, or however you say it. Oh my days, that wasn't even a hold. I'm not on 2-button mode, I swear. Maybe I'll have a check at half-time if I am. No, I'm not. João Felix is actually missing easy chances. So we better shape up, or else Mark Gui will come onto the field as Parisi, the left-back, has to look for Buenanotte. Can't seem to score a volley for the life of us as João Felix. That's a good move. Finally, coming good as Junior passes it back to him. Maybe finesses is his trait. And it is the playstyle plus. I didn't even know he had. Just pops up when we need it to. He did have a clear run, but he went from range and curled it. Fantastic goal from the B team man. Number 7, of course, in real life. Loaned out to AC Milan in the last window. When he maybe shouldn't have been as a free kick. This would bring the roof down. If there's a roof even on the stadium, Reece James. Side netting. Would have loved that to go in as well as Fabian into De Ketelaere. How's his shooting? We won't pass it. Oh my days, he's hit João Felix, who at the moment is the match winner, but he's honestly been terrible as Lavia be onside. Junior is onside. He's using his fullback in Parisi. Junior with the most growth this season, cleared by Hincapié. Can we keep the ball alive? We don't. And Leverkusen, Boniface just getting his way through the middle of the park, make a tackle. James, our captain, he does. Clearing it down the park, and we've managed to take the ball off them. I'm sorry to play it sweaty, but we didn't need to score another goal. As that's that. Chelsea's B team, without signing anyone better from the first team, has gone and won the Champions League title. With Reece James lifting the trophy, he was there when Chelsea actually won it over Manchester City, which was only a few years ago. I actually thought it was longer, but then I remember Havertz and Werner. Oh my days, bad memories for someone who does have a fond spot for Chelsea, as I want to rebuild more teams that I don't have a soft spot for. So comment who next down below and click here for more rebuilds.